Mr. Seung-whan, first of all, thank you so much for your time, and on behalf of the thousands who attended, thank you for a wonderful opening ceremonies. Now, you've directed over 50 musicals and plays. You have so much experience, but how different was it to put together an event like this?
During the opening ceremony, a lot of individuals performed. There were about 2,000 people participating in last night's opening ceremony. In other plays that I have directed, I was able to fix problems while preparing for the next show. But with the opening ceremony of the Olympic Games, there is no second chance. So I was extremely tense and had to take care of every little thing. But due to this focus on details, it was a very worthwhile job.
Now, with this venue, of course, you had special difficulties. It was being built, it was new and open air. How did you overcome some of these problems, such as getting the cast up there and just putting it all together, practicing and rehearsing over the last few years?
Fortunately, there is an indoor stadium in Seoul, which is about the same size as the venue where the opening ceremony took place. So we were able to practice the ceremony indoors well ahead of time, even in the cold of December. After we came back to Pyeongchang, we had a lot of difficulties. The weather was very cold, and during the rehearsals it snowed, and it got quite windy. But thanks to our Korean passion, we were able to overcome all those problems. Because of their passion to finish the opening ceremony successfully, all of the performers and crew members got over those hardships. I extend my deepest thanks to everybody involved.
Now, as we speak about challenges, you had some late changes, of course, with the inclusion of the DPRK joining sort of a month before. How much did that affect your plans, and did you have to change much of your plan for the ceremony?
The opening ceremony's theme was actually decided a long time ago. We finished discussions with the IOC and made plans with the OBC, so there were not many changes to the content of the show, simply because of the fact that the DPRK participated. But the protocol where the South Korean and DPRK athletes enter together as a united delegation, and an individual from each country went up the stairs to ignite the flame, was an addition which was thrust upon us unexpectedly. So it was impossible to rehearse this part. That got me really nervous and concerned. But even without any rehearsals, we fortunately had good results, which was wonderful.
Now, I understand that, of course, this is one of probably your most stressful experiences. You had not just the eyes of South Korea, but the entire world looking at you and expecting a fantastic show. What one or two elements gave you the most worry, the most sleepless nights?
One of my fondest achievements is a performance called Nanta, which is played in 50 different countries and a total of more than 300 theaters over the past 20 years. This kind of experience helped me make this opening ceremony better. It is a totally different level of work designing such a huge event, and it made me nervous, and I felt a little bit of pressure. But I was able to deal with this challenge thanks to the people who support us, like many musicians, designers, dancers, and so on. One of the hardest things to handle was that we were supposed to do everything with a less than sufficient budget. But this made me think of more creative ways to make up for any shortfalls in the budget. And I was actually worried about the weather last night. It could have been super cold or snowy, so I was supposed to prepare for any possibility that might take place, meaning bad weather conditions for this important event. But luckily, the weather problems that I was worried about did not happen, so we could put on this event successfully in the best possible conditions.
Now, of course, a big part of South Korea and these games is its technology. Do you have any experience in your previous plays or musicals incorporating technology, and was it very difficult to work in these elements, such as the artificial intelligence or the 5G technology, to try to make it work in the place that you had?
저는 그렇게 하이 테크놀로지를 이용해서
I had never done this kind of work using high technology elements before. I always worked for people and with people where there were no opportunities to do that kind of presentation in the past. So I focused on how I can achieve the best harmony between art and technology. Actually, this was the very first time for me to use 5G drones and artificial intelligence at this event. I think the most important thing is how we strike a balance and harmony among these new technologies and our concept of producing the performance, not just focusing on the technology itself. All of the artists and technicians understood and agreed on this, and we pulled off the performance successfully.
Now that it's all done, how did you feel watching it at that moment? What was it like? Were you able to enjoy it like I was and the other people there? Or was it watching sort of a young child grow up and run out and play for the first time? What did it feel like to be part of the moment when it was really happening?
솔직히 말씀드리면 즐길 수는 없었어요.
Frankly speaking, I was not able to truly enjoy the opening ceremony. All during the show, I was restless and nervous. This is because even though we went through numerous rehearsals, during those rehearsals there were some accidents and some things that did not go as well as I expected. Those problems had me stressed out during the entire opening ceremony. In addition, during the protocol where an athlete from the north and south went up the stairs together to ignite the flame, since we never practiced that scene, I had to watch it with my heart in my mouth. I think I'll be able to actually enjoy it when I see a videotape of the opening ceremony after a few days.
그때야 제가 좀 즐길 수 있을 것 같습니다.
Mr. Seung-whan, thank you so much. It was wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.